Alright, so you want to know how to make a T flip-flop? I think you came to the right place. So I made this video because I couldn't find anything on the internet, so here it is. Okay, so right here I've got about, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different arithmetic and decider combinators. This is the way I figured it out how to do. It's probably an easier way to do it, but I couldn't really find another way. So this is a T flip-flop. So the condition for this one is if the amount of items in the chest go over 250, then this will turn on and stay on until the items go under 250, then go over 250 again. So I'll demonstrate here. So the light, you should see how the light reacts. So I'm gonna put in 249 items, but when I put in 250, it turns on. If I keep putting more items, it'll stay on. And then if it goes back, it still stays on until you go back to 250 again, and then it turns off. And then it repeats. So I do this, and then take it all away, and then you get the idea. Alright, so I'll explain how to build it, then I'll explain how it works later. So first you're going to need this. This is your condition, I guess. So you could put it as whatever you're looking for. So if it's iron, you put iron in here. But anything works too, or each. This, and then greater than, or whatever. This is like your condition. So then you set that equal to 1, because this is a binary thing. And then here you need to put, this is for delay. That's why it doesn't really do anything, but it adds 1 tick of delay, which we need, by the way. So that's first two parts. So this part and this part. And then we have the SR latch or RS latch or whatever you call it. I got this one from the internet. This part of the design at least. So you need your condition again. Same like the first one. So my condition is each is greater than or equal to than 250. And the output set and make sure it's 1. And then the second one is kind of the same thing, except it's each is less than or equal to 249. So when below my condition number and make that one equal to reset. The wiring on these ones is pretty simple. One wires from the chest go into the combinators, and then those go into the next ones. At least for these basic ones. And then here is the SR latch-ish part. Well, all of it. These three are, but like, this is where it happens. So now I need exactly this. So set is greater than reset, and then output set. Both outputs of these deciders go into the input of this one decider, and make sure that with the green wire or whatever other color wire, the output goes back into the input, which is very important. Now we need to invert the signal, so you put it in here, which is basically a NOT with the output of this. So if S equals 0, then output 1, so it's just NOT. And then you output this to this AND arithmetic combinator with an AND statement. So you wire the output of the NOT to the AND, or this, or the combinator, as well with output of this delay combinator. So then you have to do, in my case, 1 and S and output 1. So that would go into here, which is a memory cell, and you need to output or wire in the output of this or the combinator to the input of this decider combinator, and make sure like the like this one over here, that the output's wired to the input, and then you wire the output of this one to the input of this arithmetic combinator, and for this one it's your signal, so -1 mod 2 and then output 1, and then this is where you could output whatever you want to it. I'm just using a light, but it could be anything else. Alright, now for the explanation part. So I believe that you want your, so the reason, how do I put this? Okay, so these first 6 combinators, the SR latch, the inverted not part, and these 2 down here, these are the pulse generator. You need a pulse, not a constant signal, or else it will not work. So basically, the second, so basically the statement will be true only for one single tick, and then it will not be true anymore. So since this signal for one tick to this decider combinator, which will store the value. I tested it, so now it's at 7, because I think this activated 3 or 4 times. Yeah, and then after that, you need this to be stored to keep track of where you are in the cycle. And then the modulo, this just checks for even numbers, I think, or odd numbers, one of the two. And it just outputs every other time that gets added up. So that's why you have it. But yeah, the SR latch, and this is an SR latch. That you can find on the wiki pretty easily. And the inverter. And then I think that's all I have to say. My explanation is pretty bad, but you could probably figure it out, I guess. I'm gonna end the video. See ya.